Alright, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem HaKodash. This lesson is going to be titled, Don't Get Comfortable. So don't get, comfortable on this side of Esau's kingdom. Now's the time to get slack and lazy. Now's the time to be built up and keep increasing. Don't let the world stop you, Gotta keep pushing, with the Spirit, with the Lord. Then you gotta keep moving. And let me just start off on 2nd Ezra 6:22. Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So it's talking about stores, how everything's going to be taken. Everything's going to be gone. 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. That's talking about the trumpet of the Lord. Whenever the angels are coming to, bring wrath to all these wicked. Two-thirds of Jake, Esau, and the other heathen. All of them, they're gonna be afraid. It's like about everyone. This is about everyone who's associated with the world. They're all gonna be afraid. They're all gonna be scared. They're not gonna have nothing to eat. They're not gonna have any place for safety. And they're gonna, if you stay part of this world, then you're gonna receive the wrath of the Lord, man. So yeah, whenever it's time for your judgment to come, then you're gonna be afraid. Then you're gonna be like, oh, I should have increased with the Lord instead of trying to be built up on this side. So, yeah, man. So that's why you shouldn't be comfortable. You can't be slacking on this word, man. This world can pull us out of this spirit. So we can't be too associated with the world, man. Gotta remember to pull ourselves out of it. Next, let me get 2nd Ezra 4 and hold on. 2nd Ezra 4:37. By measure has he measured the times, and by number has he numbered the times, and he does not move nor stir them, until the said measure be fulfilled. See, so the times of disasters, are about to be fulfilled. We're just waiting for prophecy to be fulfilled, but once it starts being fulfilled, like more, then it's gonna be continual, and the fall of this kingdom is gonna come real quickly. So we gotta measure the times by checking the prophecies that are to come, or the prophecies that have been fulfilled. So we gotta, as it says, measure the time. We gotta check if we're good or not. We gotta examine ourselves to see if we're too associated with the world, and if so, we gotta pull ourselves back. All right, next, go to the blue letter. I'm gonna go to Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Exactly, so it's right here. It's upon us. Read that in the NLT. Sound a trumpet in Jerusalem. Raise the alarm on my holy mountain. Let everyone tremble in fear, because the day of Yahweh is upon us. Exactly, man. So that's why we can't be wasting time. We can't be too comfortable on this side. Because once we get comfortable, we get wasteful in our time. And right now, the time is everything we got. You know, so we gotta use that time wisely. To be built up in the spirit, be built up with the Lord, keep increasing instead of decreasing by being too connected to the world. We're not here to receive let's say pretty much we're not here on this world to be comfortable. We're here. We gotta suffer on this side. We cannot be comfortable and be with the Lord because this world is against us. So we got to be really built up, so that way whenever the day of rest comes, we'll be prepared. We'll be with the Lord. We'll be built up. The Lord will protect us. But otherwise, the day for your destruction is coming if you ain't with the Lord. That's what I'm saying. That you can't be too comfortable on this side. Otherwise, the world's gonna pull you back. And next, let me get Jeremiah. Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Exactly, man. So if we know that all these disasters, are gonna come upon Babylon, then why are we trying to waste time to try to increase yourself on this side, on Esau's kingdom? There's no point, man. If it's all gonna go to waste anyway, so why even bother trying to be built up on this side? We can't be too carried away with the current situation of the world right now. Can be like by that I mean, being too connected to the world. The Lord ain't with the world, so I mean, that's why we shouldn't be with the world. Because if the world hates Yahweh Shai, then the servants will be hated also too. And and because of that, we can't be associated with the world, man. That's why we gotta, use our time wisely to increase, man. Keep increasing the spirit with the Lord, through with the connection with the Lord. That's what's really like a blessing. But people of the world don't see that. People of the world, they see money, see wickedness, and just you make a bunch of money as being good. But no, man, none of that will ever bring you true peace. The Lord is here to bring justice and peace. And if you ain't with that, then you're gonna receive destruction, man. Just like the people of the world. They love Esau so much, so they're gonna receive the wrath with him. Y'all 2/3. Next, let me get 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are within shall be burned up. So everything's gonna be burned up. So why bother trying to increase, man? Why waste time? We get it for now, just to maintain stability, uh, while we wait on the Lord. But to be built up on this in Esau's kingdom, that's really dumb, since you know money's about to be away with anyway. Let me read 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons to be? Ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Exactly, man. So why are we even bother being trying to receive the reward of this of the world of Esau's, if we know it's gonna go away? There's no point, man. So all of it's gonna be lost. So why even bother wasting time? So that's why we gotta be with the Lord, man. Because we see, all the evils around us, and the Most High is gonna bring rest, just as Sodom and Gomorrah. And let me read the NLT. Since everyone around us is going to be destroyed like this, what holy and godly lives should you live? Or you lives that you should live? Exactly, man. We gotta live holy lives. Gotta live as a servant of the Lord. Since everything's gonna be gone anyway, so no, why try to increase in the world instead of if it's all gonna go away? So we gotta be built up in the spirit, be built up with the Lord while we can. And that's what we're doing it. That's what we gotta do. With this grace period that we got. But anyway, next let me go to James 4:4. You adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore would be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Exactly, man. So you can't be associated with this world then. You gotta cut yourself off from this world. All your fakery that goes on with all these people. Foolishness, wickedness. All these people of the world love to do that. And that's why Yahweh hates the world. That's what prospers, because that's what prospers here. All this wickedness. They endorse it. The people of the world endorse it. They love it. So that's why we despise it. That's why we're with the Lord, man. We want destruction to come, because these people of this world, man, they gotta go. And the Lord brings indignation, which is righteous judgment. So the side of the Lord will always be right, will never be wrong. Right, next, let me get Second Ezra's 2 and 8. Woe be unto thee, Asser, thou that hidest the righteousness, thou that hidest the unrighteousness in thee, O thou wicked people. Remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah, whose land lieth in clots of pitch and heaps of ashes. Exactly, man. That's exactly how Babylon's going to be done. It's going to turn to ash. And there's nothing going to be left of it. It's all going to be destroyed. Even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, saith the Almighty Lord. Exactly, man. So all of those who are not with the Lord, who don't hear the message of the Lord, don't receive it, don't want it, those then you're gonna receive the wrath as Sodom and Gomorrah has. And you're gonna die along with this world. And for what? For nothing. Since the Lord has already condemned this place. And you can't stop it. You can't stop what the Lord wants. The Lord's gonna fulfill whatever the Lord wants to fulfill. And the Lord wants this place to be destroyed. So it's gonna be destroyed, man. And deserves it too. This place deserves no mercy. Next, let me get Ezekiel 7:5. Thus saith the Lord, power and evil and only evil, behold, is come. And the end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come. Exactly, man. So the world's gonna pass away. So the end is right here to come. It's at the door. So why bother trying to increase in this world, man? The Lord has condemned this place. The end is right at the door. So forget this place, man. This place deserves to be destroyed. All its evil and wickedness, lies, deceit. The wicked prosper on this side, while the righteous suffer. No, this is not righteous kingdom, man. It was like this place gotta go. Next, let me just get one more. 2nd Ezra 15:11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the lands thereof. And it's just talking about spiritual Egypt, which is Babylon, which is America. Because how can he smite Egypt with plagues as before whenever it's already gone? And there's no evil like huge empire over there at Egypt right now. Whenever it's really talking about Babylon, it got all the armory, the swords, and everything. Esau got the power of the sword. And right now Babylon, has it. And it says, Slovakia. And it says here at the end, and will destroy all the lands thereof. So the Lord's going to show no mercy across this place, not one bit. The whole land's going to be destroyed. There's nothing to build here. There's nothing to increase or grow here. If it's all going to go away. So, and that's pretty much it for the lesson. That's why you shouldn't get too comfortable on this side, man. If it's all going to go away, it's all going to be a waste of time. So why not just get built up with the Lord? And don't get slacking on this side. Otherwise, the world's gonna pull you back, and just to receive destruction, man. And that's about it for this lesson. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Hakodash. And until next time, I'm gonna say Shalom.